I'm going to present you guys the project that I did for the past couple weeks, specifically 3 weeks, in Boulder, Colorado. I worked for this organization called Protect Our Winners, or POW for short. And what POW is it's an environmental organization that engages and mobilizes the sports community to lead fight against climate change by educational initiatives, political advocacy, and community-based activism. And basically what they do is, well, they were founded by Jeremy Jones in 2007. He's a professional snowboarder and who competed in the Olympics and X Games and all over the place. And what he thought would be a really cool idea is to create this environmental organization that is partnered with all the athletes that need something in the sports community, and thus elevate conversation and harness the collective power of the outdoor industry to create meaningful actions. As of right now, Protect Our Winners has 85 riders or pro athletes in their roster. And what these guys do basically is they post about climate change and like environmental stuff and include the POW logo in all of their Instagram posts or Twitter posts or Facebook posts, anything you can imagine, any social media platform. And they're also partnered with businesses like Patagonia or Head Skis or Cliff Bar, and they do various collaborations with them where they put their label on their products and thus spread awareness about climate change in this manner. And yeah, the reason why I chose this project or why I chose to do this internship was because I've always been really passionate about climate change and about the outdoors. I've always really liked skiing, I always really liked biking, and this year I also had the marvelous opportunity to take AP Environmental Science, which opened up my eyes to the various problems that our world faces because of climate change, like starvation, overpopulation, and all these different problems you didn't even think climate change could have possibly caused. And and with the current state of our administration and the deteriorating state of our planet, I thought there was no better way to help serve the community than by working for POW, who basically elevates the conversation around climate change, and they try to make people in higher up places listen to their constituents about climate change. I think it's the most important issue that we face as a planet in the 21st century, climate change. And yeah, basically we have racism, we have xenophobia, we have Islamophobia, but climate change does not discriminate. It affects all of us, and that is why I firmly believe that solving climate change or taking steps in order to lessen its impact is the most important thing we as a society have to focus on. So that's why I chose to do this project in particular. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what I did. So the first week was mainly oriented on fundraising research. Like basically my job in this organization was to assess the way they function, like the inner workings, find the flaws, the strengths, and basically sum it up into like this memo and then present it to the organization. So the first thing that I did was assess their fundraising strategy. And what I did was basically review their fundraising tactics, the stuff they do, the events, the individual donation approach that they have, and I assessed the strengths and the weaknesses of that. And then I looked at similar organizations to POW, such as the Sierra Club or Climate Reality Project, and I assessed what they were doing, what was working for them, what was not working for them, and basically the product of this first week was a one-page summary of what they should be doing as an organization and what they should stop doing in terms of fundraising. Another really cool thing that I did was work on their Instagram. So this was like the first post that I did. It was when the Senate voted to protect the Bureau of Land Management's methane rule, and basically what I did was just post about it and raise awareness that this is in fact happening, and raise awareness to the fact that Senator Cory Gardner voted for the rule to not stay, basically. Yeah, and I kept doing that for the next 3 weeks, basically, and it was just a way of showing how I, as a millennial, would engage with the millennial target audience that they have on Instagram. Yeah. So another really cool thing that I was doing the second week of my senior project was grant proposals. And what that entailed was looking for foundations that would be willing to donate to POW, and I would have to research whether they would be willing to give money to us because they have these specific criteria, like geographic location, because certain foundations don't really give money to just like a general issue. They are more like local based, right? Like they protect a river, they protect like a national, like a forest, or just like some specific location. So it's really difficult to find someone who cares about carbon pricing that POW is really passionate about, or solar panels. And yeah, so what I did was research these foundations, see if they would comply with our mission as POW, and then write a grant proposal like this. So I found one example of this is the Park Foundation that I found. It's based in New York, and it's interested in carbon pricing. And yeah, so basically I took like 3 days. It took like 3 days to draft this, and then we sent it to them, and we're still awaiting results. So I hope they at least consider this proposal. Another really cool thing that we did, or I participated in, was the campaign that POW is going to be making for the Olympics in South Korea in 2018. But this was mainly brainstorming ideas on what we're going to do there, and the whole team decided that we're going to take a storytelling approach with this campaign and basically pick like 10 to 12 athletes that were going to be the climate champions in this campaign, and they would speak to the places that they grew up in skiing and how climate change is impacting those areas, like Chamonix, like Salt Lake City, Vancouver, yeah, all these different places. And so basically you're going to have athletes like Angel Collinson or Rachel Anderson talking about climate change to you through like these videos, or like little snapshots, I guess. Yeah. So that's like the conclusion that we came to. This is the best. And then before I even came to POW, they were sending me emails and asking me for feedback about this video that they were trying to make for a campaign called #HeatParis. Fortunately, it didn't work. But yeah, here's like a little example of, yeah, like my feedback was basically just like what they should talk about, or how they should make the video. It was like a series of emails. Sorry. I'm just doing this weird. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Do you believe that the temperature of the Earth is increasing, and what would you do if you do believe that?
Well, first of all, I'm not a believer in global warming. I'm not a believer in man-made global warming. I believe there's weather, I believe there's change, and I believe it goes up, and it goes down, and it goes up again, and it changes depending on years and centuries.
To Mr. President.
Dear President Donald Trump.
Dear Trump administration.
To be honest, I think pollution and other things that are bad for the world should be illegal. We are all responsible for taking care of nature.
Dear Mr. President.
Dear Mr. President. Dear President Trump.
Climate change is a problem. It's something we have to take action against. Although some claim that climate change isn't real, there's proof everywhere.
Climate change is real.
Climate change is real.
Scientists agree climate change is real. The Earth is changing.
The world is changing.
So this is the Earth.
Burning all these fossil fuels creates carbon dioxide into our atmosphere and gets stuck.
Well, when the heat gets trapped close to the Earth, the sun can't get out what it can get in, and then it will get even hotter.
Polar ice caps will melt and flood our homes close to the sea.
Then polar bears could die. They'll get stranded.
I love winter so much, and I don't want it to go away.
I just love snow, and most kids do too.
I love snow.
I love winter.
I like to ski.
I love sledding.
I have to snowboard.
Winter for me, it repairs the earth.
Skiing is really, really fun, and I like going off the jumps. But with climate change, snow will not happen anywhere.
If we don't have a winter, it would suck.
Imagine a world without snow. That's a world I would not want to live in.
I can't ski on sand.
I want the world to stay just the way it is, except for wars. I want no more wars in the world and all the same rights for girls and boys.
I hope you decide to do something about climate change.
You say you want to make America great again. To me, that means you have to pay attention to things like the Paris Agreement.
Protect the Paris Agreement.
Protect Paris.
This is going to become our problem.
This is going to be our problem.
Please make better decisions for the Earth and everyone.
If we don't do this, the world will be destroyed.
I think it is your responsibility as president to start controlling climate change before it is too late.
I want the next generation of kids to have the same opportunities I did, and the next, and the next.
Please.
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 Please, Mr. President.
This is important, Mr. President.
This is important.
This is important.
This is important.
Mr. President, be a leader.
Be a leader. Be a leader.
Be our president.
My name's Ezra. I'm 8 years old. I want to help the planet to live on. Thank you for at least listening. Sincerely, Sophia.
Sincerely,
Ruby. Sincerely, Ethan, age 9.
Sincerely, Domingo Pimentel.
Elijah Sweet.
I love my planet. My name is Emery, and I am 6 years old. Sincerely, Lily.
Sincerely, Diego, age 12.
Sincerely, Solana, age 10.
Sincerely, Orion, age 13.
Thank you, Catalina Schaefer. Protect our winners.
So basically, what my feedback was that they should keep it less gloom and doom and make it more empowering, inspire anger, hope, pride, all these different emotions that empower rather than bring you down and make you less likely to actually take action because you think it's useless and futile. So yeah, hope you guys like the video. And then another thing, the last thing that I did the third week was basically read this book called Tools for Grassroots Activists, written by Yvonne Chouinard, who's the Patagonia founder. And what my main goal with this research was to come up with 3 takeaways from this book that POW could utilize in the future in terms of communications, fundraising, and basically that. And yeah, this was Tori, the person that I learned from the most. He guided me throughout the whole week, and yeah. So I guess this was a really important thing to me because climate change is something that I've always been really passionate about, and I want to continue doing work like this in the future. Basically, doing this project made me want to start my own environmental organization. I'm ready for that, honestly. All the steps that need to be taken, I've learned during these 3 weeks, and sometime in the future, maybe after college, I will start something of my own to a similar fashion. And I'm really grateful for this opportunity, and thank you very much for coming.